And Josh Hill has it. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We played to win.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it with Jones. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here I go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Here's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We got this.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
We got 3, we got 3, we got 3.
Throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Hey, seam 6.
42's the mic, boys, 42.
Yeah.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the kick here no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that.
Let's
Officially,
go, Let's go.
Give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd and 4. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
70, Indy.
Ringo, Ringo.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
You got tight right there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. He'll look to throw here. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
60 outlaw.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, give to Jones. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Looking to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
18 Gator.
93's the mic. Watch the pass.
5.
Now Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 29, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's able to get it back to the 41. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about what did he do wrong, and another here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Right for Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. quarterback's got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get to the best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers, going to throw again. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jones. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. There they try to sweep to Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Hey, 88.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Orbit.
93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Hey.
2nd and 9 now. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Hey, let's calm down. Shake Mike. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Watch the screen. Watch the
protein spill.
Screen.
He's check 30.
He's checking crash. Switch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
I got him.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Come on now, let's go.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there, the line. guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself.
12 line.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers. He will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Check 25, check 25.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, Liz. Smoke.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 60 orange. 80 weapon.
I can't believe they even let you play. He's coming. We got double.
Hey. High 7.
Undercrush.
Leaf River.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Ready.
He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
70, Indy.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Back to throw here. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I got one. Let's get the ball.
They'll drop to throw. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, baby.
As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Rodgers now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Under 10. Under 10.
Hey, 88. Hey, take 26. Look at this.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
I'm coming.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
He's checking. He's down.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive to make that up, and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Hey, Haywood! Shoot!
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection. Way better than it hits the ground, instead going to an opposite color jersey.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe either play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Rodgers out of throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Inside.
Watch left. Watch left.
Down the 399.
Here's Rodgers throwing again. This one caught by Davis. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Nice hit, boy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. It's caught. Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. On first down, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown of the new season. Is there now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. And again, it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion,
Come on, baby, let's go. Get
all
excited.
that
Let's
exit,
go.
there's not any extra
Come on,
field.
set.
So it kind of
60
closes in
out,
on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Give me that ball, defense. Let's go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 49 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Charlie.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Michael Thomas. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Golf.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
61, matchbox lights.
Check 9.
They're going to run low with Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
That's it.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Rodgers now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have deep.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Corey Davis His second touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score.
Guys, pick it up.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That's where you belong.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Second and 6.
Here we go. Here we go.
His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down.
Ready, break.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Protein spill. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
35, Mike 35. All day, baby, all day. 35
Yep.
Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Now.
He'll look to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Let's go. Let's
That's
go.
a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Weapon. Now.
35's the Mike.
Ready, ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. A little 360.
Man.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo carrying over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Ready, ready.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jones. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Kill.
They'll try again with Jones. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mike.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you play man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Back north. We got 4.
Rodgers now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Eli Apple. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it, but the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
70, Indy.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down.
Get it.
This is Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right
back to him on first down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Easy work, and it's coming.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Go.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game. Behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
It's Saints football as we get you reset.
Here we go.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, foxtrot.
35 to
5.
On third down, here's Jones.
I smell fear in that offense.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Ronald Jones
Touchdown.
with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Now it's Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this
it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use it. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for the Saints first down.
Hey, exit.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Baby. Keep working.
Josh Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system. It leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken very short. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Let's go.
At their own 2-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
Let's
he
make
just
these
waved the
babies
hand
cry all
like,
the way back
who
home,
cares? Let's get out of here and
make
do
these
something
babies
some
cry all
other
the way back
time.
home.
But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
On the young season, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3.